Welcome, and thank you for joining us for another session where two owners have taken a lot of their valuable time to join us and share with us some of their success stories and what they have done to grow as fast as they have. And today I am just honored to have with us Janice and Marcelo Araujo from Seattle, Washington. Simply amazing couple who had a lot of clients before I went to visit them a couple of months ago, and now they're growing at a pace that's simply amazing. So I would like to introduce you, Janice, and I prefer Janice the way she was given her first name, but Janice or Janice and Marcelo to our webinar today and have them tell you a little bit about themselves. They're an interesting couple. Welcome.
Yes, hi.
Hi, I'm Janice.
And I'm Marcelo, and we're been in business since 1997. We have 525 repeat clients. We have 28 full-time cleaners and 5 part-time, usually 15 teams, and we have no company vehicle on cars. In the office, it's myself, Janice, and we have Nancy, the office manager, and we have Anna, the office, the field manager. And we, usually we work for about 50 hours and per week, which is, a little bit less than I used to. A couple of months ago, I used to work a lot of more hours and spend a lot of time driving, but now, things are much well organized.
We're both
from Brazil. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. I'm sure he's taking you out to dinner every night, Denise, since you have all this.
Yes.
Okay, let me back up just a little bit. Tell us a little bit about your educational backgrounds, both of you. Let's start with Marcelo.
Yes, well, I'm from Brazil, and I came to Seattle to study hotel administration and ended up staying here. And after I got my degree, I worked for Four Seasons Hotel and Hyatt Hotel, and about almost 4 years in a housekeeping department. My last job was at the Hyatt, and during my last 2 years at the company, I started my own cleaning company. I bought a small cleaning company, 25 employees, and which is the Four Seasons now. We, since then have been trying to grow the business, but we've been focusing more for the last 15 years on the business. And after Janice joined the business, that's where we start growing more and kind of focusing more on the cleaning business.
So I have a bachelor in marketing and management. I worked for a .com for about 3 years before I joined Marcelo on the cleaning service.
So you have a very interesting background that's not to take away from either one of you, because you worked hard to get that background. It has a lot to do with your success, I'm sure. You bring with you a lot of excellence baggage. You do. Okay, so you had 500 repeat clients when you brought me to Seattle. You were doing $1.6 million in revenue. Why in the world would you spend money on me? What was missing?
The main reason was because we want to keep growing the business, and we've been spending so much time on, just on things that, wasn't really helping in terms of the quality of the service, and it's
so consistency.
The main thing was consistency of the service, and also getting the right, job description for everyone in the company was also a challenge for us. And another thing was, because I always did all the estimates on site, every single one, so I usually spend about at least 4 hours every day driving around and giving on-site estimates. So we knew that we had to make some change to keep growing the business. But we've been so busy doing what we were doing before that, we never found time to focus on, changing the system, implementing new system. Some systems that we knew that we had to implement, but we never got it done. And, after learning that, you actually come over to our place, to our company. That's what, really made us, to call you and say, okay, that's what we need. We need somebody here that can actually help us implement everything that needs to be implemented.
And we were missing a field manager, which is, I think that's one thing that you do really, really well. And without you, we wouldn't implement the field manager for sure.
Well, that's good to hear, and I do think you need one, Janice, because she's so sweet. She can't tell anybody they do anything wrong. She's loving, and they have to be the bad guy in her world, that's for sure. So I flew to Seattle, and this is what I woke up to the next morning. Simply amazing, probably the most snow they've had in their lifetimes. And I woke up the next morning and went, because when I went to Canada, it was 53 in December, and now it's, when did I come to you guys? February in Seattle, and you have more snow on the ground than Canada had. I'm like, I'm so confused. But it was beautiful. Oh, my gosh, all those beautiful trees with snow. It was like picture perfect. So in the 2 months since I've been there, the three biggest changes you feel you made were implementing the field manager, implementing a reward program and sales goals, and then doing on the phone sales rather than going to the home. So what I'd like to do, and this came from them, I want to make sure my audience doesn't think I planted these there, but I want to, it was their choices, so I want to go through each one of these three. So let's talk a little bit about implementing the field manager. Janice, you mentioned that you didn't think that you would have done that had I not come there. Tell me what the challenges were in trying to get this position filled.
First of all, not understanding the value of the field manager. You get so involved in the daily operations that you don't really realize what you're missing because you just snowballed, you grow and you are, just trying to get that day done until you're done with the next day. Then finding the right person with the skills and then communications, and we kind of have about, we have 28 full-time employees, and we wanted to give them a chance because one of them have been with us for a long time. But the challenge is some of them don't have we speak Spanish, and so the English is not, they don't have to be really super good in English. They do understand the English language, and they do speak some, but they're not on the level of that we wanted them to be for being a field manager. And returns, like the training procedures, we didn't have any. The proof of quality, we didn't have a system, so the cleaners weren't so consistent. And the hiring and training, it's a much more smooth now. It was kind of, we were missing, totally missing a system. And and then give more values for the new hiring. As of having a field manager, they do appreciate that we take time for them, and we spend about 5 hours on their orientation day. So nobody now, it's a rule, nobody goes on the field without going through orientation. No matter how busy we are, that's a priority. We find that that's really helpful because they're hearing from us what we expected. They're not hearing from the cleaners, and everybody's on the same page. And they go in through the training, and then we can spend time and listen to them what they have to say. So.
Marcelo was saying that it actually took less time to bring a person up to speed investing those 5 hours in the beginning than it did before you invested those 5 hours. Long term, they were up to speed much faster.
Exactly. Yeah, because now we, with the new system, we can go over everything beforehand with a new employee. Let's say the time that would take them to clean each area, the time that they're going to have to on the training. And so once they start, doing the training, they kind of try to meet the company's goals, and that would, make them learn faster. And since, we have a goal for them and we follow up, and Anna can, train them for the first days and do a better follow-up with them. That's kind of all the employees that we hired last 2 weeks. We hired 4 new employees, and we also hearing really good feedback from the employee, because they got a sense that they're working for a company that has everything in place, it's organized, and we provide the training that is needed and all the information that they need to have before starting doing the training, before they start working. And also the videos, that's one thing that, really help us. It's having those videos that you, gave us, because we do the orientation, then they watch the video, and then we talk about the video, and that's, they have a guideline on the cleaning system. This way, it's helping on the consistency. Having all the teams having the same consistency was a challenge, but all the teams that we trained, that Anna trained after he left, we can, see the difference now, because they all trying to do the system, use the apron, and it's less complaint. We're having less complaint, and they're more motivated, especially with the reward program, with the reviews that are implemented. When we came here, that's kind of motivates them too.
So this is actually a picture of Anna, the gal that was promoted to the field manager position, and she is a sweetheart, and her English, Janice says, is getting better every day, which I knew it would, because she has to interface with the clients. And there's nothing better than just throwing somebody in there and letting them survive, and I think that's what's happening with Anna. But I wanted to move, and this is one of the new gals that she trained. It's interesting to see. She was scared, but actually she ended up embracing the new system wonderfully. But I wanted to move forward, since Marcelo had mentioned the reward system that he has. If you want to go through your 3 white boards, it would be great, Marcelo, and speak a little bit, because the second reason you think you're growing so much is the reward system you have implemented. So your first board, I believe, is your wall chart.
Right. That we didn't even think about it before we came. We had our goals for, the sales and everything, but we didn't have really good follow-up, and, we always, we didn't have meeting and follow-ups and rewards for the field manager and office manager, meeting the goals, the sale goals. So right after you left, we ordered 3 whiteboards, one for my office, one for the field manager office, and one for Janice and Nancy office. And this is this wall chart, it's the sales. And after we figure out, with your help, figuring out what would be our potential for selling every day, so we came up with that 1 sale a day. and that's what we had in our whiteboard. So our goal is to have one sale every day.
One sale on the business day.
On a business day, Monday through Friday.
And that's a net sale. That's subtracting the cancels, selling 2 if you've lost 1, correct?
Right.
Correct. Yes.
And that's repeat client only. We're not counting move-ins and move-outs and post-construction, one-time office cleanings. We are not counting that.
Just recruiting.
Just repeat clients.
I'm going to say you're a benchmark right now. I'm amazed that you could do this. So you can't really say with my help, Marcelo, because I'm like, wow, if you want to go for it, I think you can do it. But I got to say, you're even blowing me away. It is wonderful, wonderful what you're accomplishing. And I'm sure it's because everybody is on board, partly because you have the wall chart up and you're giving your office manager and your field manager quite a bonus on this. If I remember correctly, they're getting a $300 bonus and Anna's getting a $200 bonus?
$300 bonus and I got $200 bonus. And this will be, you know, the first month they're getting the bonus. They're excited. Like you said, we are all on the same, you know, board now, and they're excited, you know, checking the numbers every day and, you know, making sure we make that sale every single day. And even things that never, you know, like had a lot of interest, like on marketing. So now they have interest on marketing, seeing, you know, what they're going to be doing in terms of marketing, because, you know, we all want to, you know, make the one sale a day. So that's
they want that phone to ring.
They
want that phone to ring, which is great. And I'm sure they run to that phone because they aren't going to miss a call now. So it's wonderful. So let's talk a moment. So in Anna's office, who's your field manager, you have the bonus board, which brings in your cleaners as well to making these numbers. Talk about that for a moment.
So the review program that we have is that we are wanted to have more reviews on the internet, and we value them, their good work. And so anytime they get a review, a good comment from a client, they get the team, each team gets $5. So that's a $10 per team. And so we have a little competition. We have a team that has done our only 3-team person, and they've got 10 cleaning reviews so far, and they have a referral. They're the winner for this month, and they're so excited. And everybody, it's like, wants to know what they're doing. And I say, well, they're just doing a good job.
But it's good. I mean, are they doing anything special to get all these reviews? Like, are they? I believe you're giving them a note that they're leaving, right? Requesting the review, or no?
Yeah, we request a review, and they also leave a little card asking for review.
Yeah, we give each team a bunch of cards so they can handle to the clients and ask them to review their job on site. And after that, we got reviews on Yelp, five stars on Yelp. We increased the reviews on Google and on Angie's List. And that was the main thing, because we always doing business mostly with Angie's List, and we want to kind of, you know.
We do business with everybody, basically.
But we want to increase the reviews on all the, you know, Yelp and Google. And that system, you know, motivate that, because they're asking every client to review their job.
Perfect. And they're getting a lot of referrals, which is really a tribute. I mean, on this board alone, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, that's amazing. That's really a tribute to you all, because it's hard to get referrals. They're obviously fitting very well. Then the last board, which I think is interesting, is the board that's the one in each office, and the last one is in Marcelo's office, and that's a project assignment board. Do you want to speak to that?
Yes. We always had meetings and talk about, you know, goals and projects, but we, you know, always been really flexible with the deadline. and I didn't have a lot of time, spend a lot of time on the field, so to really focus on creating new projects and, doing different type of marketing. And with this project boards, on our weekly meeting, we go over all the signed projects. And this has been really helpful because as soon as we get one project done, we already, trying to see what's the next project. So we're definitely getting more things done in the office, and everybody can see, what's on the board, who's doing what, and it's less, I would say micromanage with the office manager and with the field manager, because you're writing down all their projects and they're taking care of, meeting the goals and the due dates.
Is Nancy feeling more organized?
Yes. She, her taste is a lot better than mine, for sure. Looking that way because her table is so clean right now.
She's very organized.
And what about the weekly meeting? Is that working out well?
Yes. We are coming in. We kind of, it gives us a communication of what's going on, what our expectations are, what we need to talk about it, and kind of put us on track.
Very good. Very good. Okay. So then the last area that you felt was your biggest change was phone sales, and this is truly Marcelo. So I'm going to let you talk to that a bit about this, Marcelo, because you were the one that was doing about 25 hours. We put our time on a schedule. We did job descriptions by time. I'm very much into time. So if it's 5 minutes, we put down 5 minutes. And added up in each one of their office how many hours everybody had. And 25 hours of Marcelo's week was going out fitting clients. So that's changed. You want to speak about that, Marcelo?
Yes. For all these years, I've been going to every single client, unless, we always give them the option, but you want to go and meet the client, see the house, and give the estimate. And, we always believe that that's what made us different, and that, what made us, like the top, have more reviews on Angie's List than any other company in the area. But it's, I couldn't see any, other option, because we're like, okay, that's why we're, growing our business, because we're having this trust with the clients. We're going to their house, we're meeting them. So I can't stop doing on-site estimate. And that was really hard because all the change that we wanted to do in the company, and I just didn't spend time in the office for things like doing the, employee handbook. We never got it done because it takes time, and, getting a new schedule system. And, when we came and then said, okay, you got to stop going to every single house, wasting too much time. And, I just said, well, let's give it a try. And
it's working.
We just can't believe how, a big change it was, because we're getting so much done now, actually focusing on getting, more business and doing different type of marketing.
It's a little hard because now we are in the office, we're confined, and we eat here, we work all the time, we have no breaks, and we eat on our tables. Before we would just walk around.
Go after appointment, go to restaurants, but now we're spending time in the office because we have no reason to go out. But it's,
well,
it's
like
a life.
Marcelo, remember, you got to do a couple of networking things now to keep that phone ringing. You got to go out there and do some networking.
Exactly. Yeah, but it's, especially with the, sales script that he gave us, we're working on that, and after we start selling on the phone, we've been giving the clients option, and we tell them, that we're experienced, we've been in business for a long time, But we could do either, over the phone estimate or go on site and give a free estimate. And like out of, I'm looking at the board, all those new clients, we had only 3 on-site appointments. So 3 clients said, okay, I'd like you to come over and give me an estimate, see my house. But everybody else was like actually happier. They said, okay, no, I'd rather to do over the phone and you don't have to come over. And that's what, really make us realize that, well, actually, it's a better service for the client. Because we're not taking their time, and we're giving all the information that they need over the phone.
Janice, what were you going to say?
Pardon, what was the question?
You're going to say something.
No, I thought.
Oh, I'm okay. I don't remember.
Okay. Well, truly, it does. I felt from the beginning it's a very good way to sell, and Marcelo was amazing. I had a noon meeting at about 2 o'clock. Anna and I went out to train one more team, and at 4:30, Janice called and said, Marcelo has something to tell you, and he gets on the phone and said, okay, I used your script and made a sale. And the rest was history. You'll have to remember the last person you went to see, Marcelo, or keep a paycheck that they gave you or something, because I'm sure pretty soon you'll find out that the people who ask to be quoted in their home are very high maintenance clients, to tell you the truth. So those are the 3 major changes that y'all felt that you had made. This is, again, Anna training a new person, which can be very boring in some respects. So final thoughts. We'll go first to Marcelo. Wrapping up the week, some of the key things that came out of it, and if you would ever do it again. If you had to do all over again, would you do it again?
Certainly.
Yes.
Yes, we definitely do that again.
I'm thinking, should I end this up in Spanish? I spent a lot of time speaking Spanish in Marcelo and Denise's office, and I do have to say it was fun. I spent 2 weeks speaking in Annapolis, too. It's just a going thing in the country now. Do you think that was helpful?
Was very helpful. The only regret we have is that we haven't done this, a long time ago.
Probably 5 years ago.
5 or 8 years ago would be
when I had my first baby.
Because, it's just having somebody on site made a big difference. Like when you were here, you helped with Anna, like with the training, motivating her, showing her how important her position was. And some things that, coming from a business coach, it has a totally different impact. And it definitely had in, everybody in the office with the teams, and they could see that, you're working hard to make changes in the company, and having somebody coming out of state, staying here, helping the business. So that was an opportunity for us to implement all the changes that we always want to implement with the cleaning system, or with the cleaners and everything. And was everything really smooth? Because the cleaning techs, they just took everything because, they're ready to embrace and, participate on all the change that we're having. So that was a big impact, having me here and motivating the cleaning techs and everybody in the office, and kind of, opened up our minds and, we kind of been more aggressive now on the marketing, and, we're more confident on our potential for growth. And was just, fun all the time. We had a great time with you here, and, it's definitely, yes, we do that again. And
our next field manager, hopefully, by October.
Yes, once you're our new field manager,
we'll see you then.
See you then. And
I'm planning on being back in October. I already told my boyfriend you got the best guest quarters ever, the best little B&B there at your office. I love it. I said, we're going to go to Seattle. because it's the greatest city ever. I have told everybody how great Seattle is. I absolutely love your city and everything about it. I have to say that. One thing I was going to say is Anna's doing well, is she? I mean, the people have accepted her, and when I first got her, she was very nervous and not sure about this position and not sure about what she was doing. Has she gained confidence?
She did. She gained confidence. She's very confident now, and she's
stepping up.
Stepping up, and
She's calling the cleaner. She's talking. I'm handling the issues with her with the employees, and she goes there and talks to them. And I say, this is what happened. This is what I want you to tell them, and go for it. So.
Perfect. So she's doing one-on-ones on a regular basis, is she?
Not on a regular basis, but she does talk to them, yes.
Yeah, she's doing one-on-one.
She does one-on-ones here in the office in the morning. She gets here early and bring them to, have a 10 minutes or something, 5 minutes conversation with them.
Good, good. Well, get her set up on that regular schedule, you guys, because otherwise we won't have a new field manager by October. Okay. Well, is there anything else? I mean, you all were wonderful hosts, I have to say that, and my hat is off to you. You are right now the fastest growing repeat client I have that I know of, to tell you the truth. You're just going crazy, which is wonderful. Just keep it there. It's just one more team and one more cleaner. It's not all that hard.
There you go, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Well, and the one thing I'm going to say, I thought about this today when I was preparing for this, and I'm not patronizing either one of you, but you really are growing very, very fast, and you have a staff there that really does care. They have a lot of integrity. They embrace learning how to do their job right. They really wanted to do that. But I'm going to say that I feel the difference between you and many owners who are struggling is you see humor in everything. I mean, when Marcelo said we had a lot of fun, you laugh about everything. And when I was talking to Janice yesterday, she had an hour that most owners out there would go hang themselves over, and she was laughing because she just thought the whole thing was a joke. But she had a car accident, people were actually injured, and she had several things going on, and she had to be to her daughter's school session in an hour, and she got it all done and stopped at the hospital, and she's laughing about it. That is the difference between you two and owners who whine about it and who have difficulties with it. And I'm not picking on anybody, but I'm going to tell you that people with a sense of humor will always rise to the top, and you are proof of that. May you never lose that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's true. It's true. You guys are hoots. You're really fun.
I do not want another day like that, though.
Oh, another one will come, because that's just the world we live in. And you know what? It probably doesn't matter what you do. When you're a successful business owner, you're going to have days like that. I don't care if you bake cakes, or you're going to have your stories hands down. But those that can laugh through it get to live on a new plane, a different level. Well, you two, thank you so much for sharing what you did. I'm sure that lots of people are going to enjoy this. I forgot to do a closing page with your email addresses. I will put them in the newsletter. Do you mind if people call you if they have any questions?
Certainly, yeah. If any business owner has any question, and if there's anything we can help with, can definitely, call us, email us, and we're going to be happy to,
probably
talk to them.
Yeah, the email, they can use the Janice at 4SBC.
That's a good one.
Yeah, because if they use our generic one, it's going to, it may get lost with the other emails.
Isn't that the truth? So which one do you want them to use, Denise?
You can do the Janice at 4SBC.com.
Okay.
Or you can do the Marcelo at 4SBC.com. So.
Okay. I will go ahead and put
that
in the
check that. Don't worry. We'll check that.
Okay. We had a few problems with them trashing my invitation to this webinar today, but I didn't let it hurt my feelings. I was like a bulldog and kept on sending it. So
yes, it was going out to junk mail, and I kept all your emails come to our main inbox, so I wasn't even checking on that and just telling you that we weren't getting it. So, but
Yeah.
We made it.
Funny. Okay, so I will put the other one in the newsletter so everybody knows. Again, thank you so much for your time. You all have a lovely evening and keep on growing. We will catch up with you in 6 months when you're going to have 625 clients.
There you go.
Nice going, you.
Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.